Yeah, I like it. You know, it's up tempo. It's moving around. It's getting guys. Uh, you know, fast guys. They have the ball in space, and that's what we really want to focus on is you know using the whole field and getting guys one on one and making people miss.
And what do you think of Coach Beatty?
Yeah, I like Coach Beatty. It's been fun working with him. You know, he's a guy that's uh, you know obviously has been at some you know premier premier places and had some offenses that have done you know really well, and just getting a chance to work with him, a chance to learn from him is something that I'm going to take full advantage of. You know, obviously, the more we get around him, the more we're learning, the more we're you know not only knowing you know what he's like as far as you know football, but off the field and stuff like that.
And Coach Gonzalez?
Coach Gonzalez is cool. You know, his resume speaks for itself. Obviously, coming from LSU last year, you know, #1 team in the country for a majority of the year, and you know, he just brings an intensity about him that I think we all have a great deal of respect for. And you know, once again, look forward to working with him and you know, learn from his new knowledge because you know both Coach Beatty and Coach Gonzalez will you know bring in new stuff that they do that that they know that they can coach us up on and ultimately make us a better football team.
What things do you think you've improved the most on in the off season?
You know, this off season, there's a lot that I just needed to work on. Just in general, I need to get my body back right. You know, so I gained the weight I needed back. You know, just been working on throwing timing with the receivers. Obviously, you know, our whole offense wasn't in this off season, but you know, when you're throwing routes with receivers, there's only so much that you know, there's only so many routes that you're going to run. So it was nice to get with those guys. And, you know, now the biggest focus that we all have, not myself only, but is just learning the stuff up because, you know, obviously when you get something that you have to, you know, learn up a new system, there's a process where you have to, you know, take time to learn it. You're not just going to learn it all the first day. You're not going to sit down and look at your playbook once and know it all. It's going to take time in the playbook, time watching film, and time on the field learning from our coaches.
You know, you mentioned about the body. During the season, you wouldn't say anything. I know you had to be taking a lot of hits, getting a lot of bruises. Now is probably the best time to ask you, what's the hardest part about surviving physically in a 12-game schedule?
Hardest part is surviving, I guess. That is the hardest part.
Maybe I asked the wrong question, but you know, maybe more like maybe the fans would like to know what it is that you have to go through just to get ready for a game.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot. It's funny, just because it's funny to play with you guys. You know, from week to week, and you know, obviously, I'm always gonna say I'm all right. And for the most part, I usually do feel pretty good. And when I say I feel pretty good, I might not feel good that day, but I know by Saturday I'll be feeling all right. You know, but yeah, there's a lot you go through, especially at quarterback. You know, you might take some shots, you know, that you don't necessarily always see coming. And you know, for myself personally, everyone likes to say that I play a little bit reckless out there and probably cause a few more hits than most quarterbacks. But you know, that's my style, and yeah, it might require you know a few more you know sessions in the cold tub, but you know, I'm willing to put in the work. You know, it's 2 years in the book already. I got 2 years left, so I figure by the time you know I'm barely able to walk by the time I'm leaving here, it's about right then.
Would you say that you're